upside down and our campus turned subsequent.
My dad once told me, when your world turned upside down, it became easier to see the stars. That's especially after you get very, very dizzy. It was a beautiful summer in 2011 on Stanford campus when I got a mail that said, a resident in your apartment is about to leave. Please make sure to keep your place nice and clean before the newcomer arrives. Are you leaving? Are you graduating? I asked one of my roommate. No. So I just discarded that mail. But over the next few weeks, the same kind of mail keep arriving. I just let them pile up in my corner of the room. I was too busy preparing for the exam at the end of that summer. And then one day, maintenance people shows up. They went straight to my room, measuring things, cleaning up stuff, fixing the light. Wow, I was impressed. I didn't even know Stanford has such a great in-room service like this. Oh wow, by the way, this is only for my room. Not all other rooms. It's so special. Wait a second. A day later, I was in the housing front desk, facing one lady who never looked at my face. Can you see your ID, sir? I think you're leaving, sir. Me? I haven't even graduated yet. What's that exam? Have you renewed your contract, sir? Yes. Oh yeah, it was last year, right? Or 2 years. The more I thought about it, the more I felt myself getting smaller and smaller. I tried to negotiate it, but she insists that the new resident has been put in contract into the place that I'm living right now. Sir, I'm glad to ask because you have 5 days. 5 days? Yes, sir, 5 days. So be quick. Here's your ID. The door is over there. Thank you very much. So the world turned upside down. And when the world turned upside down, you know what the first thing to do, right? You go to Facebook and say, I lost my housing! When the world turned upside down and you start falling, you start to realize, who are your good friends? I got lots of likes on my status. I got comments like LOL and like LMAO. But many of them are pretty useful too, like suggest new ad on Craigslist or like some temporary place to sleep. But some people are more extreme than others. Let's take my research advisor, for example. He normally looks like he's pretty cruel to his student, but when it came to external crisis like this, he's really protective. This is an unacceptable distraction. Like distraction. A second later, he pulled out his iPhone, looking for California state law, and start pick up the phone trying to call big name in the university. And to tell him to calm down a little bit before he started to walk. Initiate from my stupidity. Just take my housemate, for example. There's a guy from Slovenia. He promised me to help me nail the door and put the couch next to the door from entering the room. But we end up figuring out a more peaceful solution just by putting a little duct tape onto the door lock so that it's no longer working, so that I can sneak in and out from the building after I return the key. But the most touching one that I remember was for my undergraduate friends, Thai friends, who offered me a space to sleep. They live in a one-bedroom apartment, and I asked them, how many people live here? Looking at all the stuff that they pile in the room. Oh, it's just us and one of his friends and his girlfriends, or sometimes the sister of his friend, and one of my male friends, and there's the other guy who come in. Oh, and you can live here too. So I have plenty of space. And that's actually turned out to be a good solution. I ended up staying there with them for a couple of weeks. It's kind of like a refugee camp. When the world turns upside down and you're falling, you grasp whatever you can grasp. And sometimes you grasp the new stuff too. Let's take this one example. I got in touch with one retired medical school professor who just want to find someone to live with him, to clean up his house and discount price. On the other day, I got in touch with a couple who claim to be a religious missionaries, now located in Africa. I can't call them because they say both of them have hearing problems. But whenever I send them money, they're going to send me a key. But the most memorable example is a place called Magic. So what is Magic? I emailed them when I saw it on Craigslist. And their reply was, let's come have dinner with us. Okay, so I went there. At the heart of Silicon Valley, just a couple of blocks from here, was a little jungle. There was a tree house, a little lumber shop place, tent. I was expecting to see a bunch of hippies on drugs enjoying their little utopia, but that was not I see. I saw a bunch of people, about 19 people, cramming into the room about this size, from 60 plus years old down to some little children. And ended up having 2 hours long dinners with some of them. And they're very passionate people about helping the world. Some of them are some of the best lawyers from Wall Street. Some of them are some of the best engineers from Stanford. Most of them are around my parents' age. And I ended up talking to them about their passion, their life, how they help save the world from a small problem like helping the local community, cleaning up, or like some immigrant program, for example. When the world turns upside down, they learn lots of new stuff. This time, the world didn't actually turn upside down. Actually, my stupidity that turned the world upside down. But whatever reason of that, take that advantage. Meet new people, learn new stuff, and the more important thing, we discover those you already know. Thank you.